please stand and gentlemen remove your caps for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated.
Hello, everybody. Gather around, kids. I have a story for you. Once upon a time, I lived in a world filled to the brink with fear, on the edge of collapsing into anarchy. People filled the streets, swarming like killer bees. No, murder hornets, in search of toilet paper. This story, and others like it, will be passed down to our children and our grandchildren, long after this pandemic is considered just another chapter in history. Accompanying these seemingly fictional stories will be those tales of the legendary class of 2020, our class. On that note, I'd like you all to give yourselves a pat on the back, because you are a part of history. My fellow students, we have not only persevered through 4 years of high school, but also through a pandemic which has tested us even more than the SAT. We have congregated here as a collective Southside family to congratulate each of our own individual successes, the foremost of which being that we all managed to get here on time. I'd like to give a huge thank you to the parents, loved ones, friends, faculty, and teachers who have helped us to reach this point. I'd also like to give a special thanks to the district staff who worked so hard in order to allow us the privilege of having this significant event in person, and keeping both students and parents in mind via surveys and meetings with the Inter-High Council in doing so. I am truly honored to be standing on this stage right now, and know that I wouldn't have made it this far without the support of all of the people surrounding me in this arena and at home watching right now. It has been your support, combined with these students' tenacity, which has brought us here to this point. So, when I leave this stage, and we begin to take the first step in our journeys as high school graduates, I'd like you all to give a round of applause, not for me, as I am merely the messenger of our united sentiments, but for yourselves, because you have persevered through the struggles of the past 4 years and the past few months to make it here today. Furthermore, I'd like you to continue persevering through the rough times that will undoubtedly plague us in the future. Because there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And this ceremony is a symbol of that light being lit before our very own eyes. Thank you so much for coming today. My name is Isaac Cannon, and thank you also for allowing me to welcome you to the Southside High School Class of 2020 graduation. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated for the musical tribute of the Southside alma mater. Thank you.
Class of 2020, this is not the graduation ceremony you envision. Even though there may not be the pomp because of their circumstances, never has a graduating class has been called to step into the future with more purpose, vision, passion, and hope. You are a united class, the pandemic class, that the entire world is determined to graduate with. While it's an uncertain time, educators, parents, community members, CEOs, and college presidents across the country applaud you for showing courage, support, and most of all, grace. Though much of your senior year was upended due to this pandemic, stand strong in knowing that you have a story to tell. I challenge the class of 2020 to use your power, your voice, your vote to help society find a new normal as we emerge from COVID-19. Today, we celebrate 122 graduates. 86 graduates are college and/or career ready. 86 of you are college and career ready. 4 IB diploma candidates, 23 IB certificate candidates, 1 national merit semifinalist, and also 3 Division I signees. And 16 of our students completed a rigorous program at Donaldson Career Center. These students completed 2 to 3 years of coursework and earned a career credential in building construction, health science, automotive technology, just to name a few. This year, the pandemic forced us to cancel our annual CTE completer graduation. If you attended Donaldson Career Center and earned a career credential, please stand at this time to be recognized. Thank you. I would like to recognize Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Burke Royster, Deputy Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Scott Turner, Associate Superintendent for High Schools, Mr. Scott Reimer, Board members, Ms. Linda Levidius Wells, Glenda Morrison Fair, and Michelle Goodwin Codwell, and the large number of district personnel here today to support you. I would also like to recognize the leadership and management of Bon Secours Wellness Arena for allowing Southside and the other high schools in Greenville County to have their graduation here today, following the CDC protocols. We appreciate you. Lastly, a special thanks to you as our graduates, our guests, teachers and staff that are here today, and finally the parents. Thank you.
Good morning, Southside High School class of 2020. My name is Iris Kinnan, and today I have the honor of being your salutatorian. First and foremost, I'd like to thank all of you for coming, and I think we all look great considering that this is most of our first time changing out of our pajamas since mid-March. I would also like to take this time to thank our wonderful teachers, administrators, families, and friends for helping us be here today, as well as giving a personal shout out to the people I could never have done this without. To Mom and Dad, thank you for tirelessly advocating for me. To my sister Lily, thanks for giving me an opportunity to brush up on my middle school algebra skills. To my friends, thank you for making my years at Southside unforgettable. To all of my teachers, thank you for going above and beyond and helping me achieve my goals. Especially Dr. Corbett, Mrs. Jenkins, and Colonel Dybert for helping me to successfully navigate the unique challenges of the IB and AFGROTC programs. I would not be here today without all of your support. Many of you here today might not know me very well. This is due to the fact that I have not been here at Southside with you since freshman year. Instead, before my junior year, I lived in Southern Ontario, Canada. Moving to the United States was not my choice. I had to give up my school, my friends, and all of the progress I made in the Canadian Cadet Program, my passion since I was 12 years old. I won't say that it wasn't as difficult as I expected, because if anything, it was worse. While I was able to find the AFGROTC and Civil Air Patrol cadet programs to replace the Canadian Cadet Program in my life, neither of them could formally recognize my 4 years of rank and experience. My transition to the American school system and the IB program was also fraught with challenges, from essential credits that didn't transfer to missing prerequisites for my IB courses. It seemed impossible, and in my first week, some of my teachers suggested that I drop out of my courses. It was then, in that first uncertainty-filled week, that I decided to persevere. I decided to view these challenges not as barriers to my success, but as opportunities for me to become better and to prove that I have what it takes to be excellent. Standing here today, having graduated as an IB diploma student, achieved my greatest goals as a cadet, and been accepted into my dream program as an officer cadet and pilot candidate in the Canadian Armed Forces, I am happy to say that it worked. Thank you. Well, I should say that it's working. Graduation may be the end of our high school years, but it's only the start of the rest of our lives. Whether you choose to pursue further education and training or are entering the workforce, your future holds a wealth of unexpected challenges every step of the way. There's very little we can do externally to prepare for them. After all, who here went out and bought toilet paper in bulk in August, expecting a pandemic to break out? It's almost like the 2020 vision meme jinxed this entire year into being as unpredictable as possible. But fortunately, the key to hanging on when life throws you for a loop lies within all of us. We cannot control the problems that our futures hold, but we can control how we perceive them and respond to them. Albert Einstein once said, "Education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think." I agree, and I think that the most important thing that all of us will take away from high school is not knowing the Pythagorean theorem or that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, but rather knowing how to approach a problem that you never knew existed and using it to learn something entirely new. Life may be a pop quiz, but at least it's open note, and the fact that we are here today means that we have the tools we need to take on whatever life throws our way. These challenges are far from over, but as long as we continue to view them as opportunities and to give it our all even when success seems impossible, we can not only handle but seize everything that life has to offer. And I, for one, cannot wait to see what we'll do next. Thank you, and I wish you all the best of luck in your future education and careers.
Hey guys. Today, we graduate high school and begin the rest of our lives. Throughout these 4 years, we have learned a lot of lessons, and we have been through a lot together. As we were coming into the world, we were faced with the aftermath of 9/11, and our world was in a frenzy. Now, as we begin our new chapter and step into adulthood, we are faced with yet another challenge, COVID-19. This pandemic was unexpected, and it rocked our world to its core. COVID took a lot from us, our senior prom, senior picnic, and so much more. But in the midst of these losses, we learned so many lessons. COVID taught us not to take anything for granted because it can all be taken away in the blink of an eye. This was just one of the many, many lessons we learned throughout our 4 years together. And as our time comes to a close, we can reflect and see how much better we are. From freshman year to now, we lost friends, we gained them. We got chased down the hallway by Miss Ransom for breaking dress code. And some days we made a getaway. Whatever happened throughout our school day, within these 4 years, we learned and we grew. As I stand here before you, my fellow classmates, I see future entrepreneurs, millionaires, and change makers. I am honored to stand here with you and be a part of history. Years from now, children will be reading about the class of 2020. We will be the ones to make change in the world and do something great. We always knew we were different from the rest and that one day we would become something great. This is where it starts. As we leave this building and begin the rest of our lives, I know that no matter what we decide to pursue, it will be something great. Our year got cut short, but we pushed through. Months of e-learning and trying to find it within ourselves to finish strong. We've accomplished more than we ever imagined possible. A lot of people doubt us because of the school we come from, but greatness doesn't come in nice, perfect packages. It comes when you least expect it. We are diamonds in the rough. We are Southside. The past 4 years, I have made the best memories with some of the best people and teachers I've ever known. And I'm not sure what the future has in store for us, but the class of 2020 will forever be remembered. Things didn't come out how we wanted, but they couldn't be better. We get to celebrate one last time with each other before beginning the rest of our lives. These times are tough, but we're tigers, and we're tough, and we make it through this kind of stuff. We have not finished writing our book. We are just beginning a new chapter. Once a tiger, always a tiger. Congratulations, class of 2020. We made it.
Hey everyone! Thank you so much for joining us here today. As I tried to figure out what to write, I concluded that I needed to commemorate and reminisce on our high school years. We not only missed out on many of our senior year activities that we won't get back, but our year was cut short. To truly capture the essence of our experience here at Southside High School, I decided to create an acrostic poem with the word tigers. Although I can't possibly capture all the moments, emotions, and people from 4 years in one poem or speech, I hope this serves as not only a tribute to our high school memories, but also as a glance towards the future. T is for team. For me, my team was cross country. Racing a 5K was most definitely not one of the reasons I committed to the team. I stayed for the people, the endless laughter and jokes, and of course, the excuse to eat more pasta and say I was just carbo loading for the next race. My team was one of the things I looked forward to in the day, and the realization that I've experienced that all for the last time hit hard. Although my last season didn't go as planned, nor did many of yours, I will cherish all the memories I made with my team, even the 30 hill repeats. Although I considered the members of cross country to be my team, for you that team might have been football, cheerleading, basketball, or academic team. Regardless of where you found your people, you had a group that was always on your team, your side. However you use the term team, I think it's safe to say we each had our own squad we could go to in times of need. Our teams were like our safe havens, and we will undeniably miss one another. Maybe you'll miss the bus rides back, where you were inevitably singing or passed out. Maybe you'll miss the feeling of walking out underneath the Friday night lights proudly wearing the Southside jersey. Or maybe you'll miss the roar of the crowd. It is difficult to put into words just how much I will miss my team, just as you all will miss yours. But we will always remember how our teams made us feel, all the inside jokes, and their undying love and support. I is for instructors, because T was already taken, so I couldn't use teachers. Let's be honest, without our extraordinary teachers, we wouldn't have made it here today, to the stage that we are about to walk across. After weeks in self-isolation, I surprisingly began to miss waking up at 6:30 a.m. and showing up late to early bird, ranting to Monsieur Philippe about how bad the traffic was. I longed for the lunches in Corbett's room, where we all loved trying new foods and sharing stories about our day, though I guess sharing the food is a health hazard now. I miss Dr. Howard telling corny jokes and Mr. Hendricks hiding the class ferret in his jacket like a stowaway. I miss telling Miss Cushwa how cute her outfit looked. I miss seeing Mr. Pattenberg in the hallways, saying hi and hugging me as if we hadn't seen each other in months, when in reality, I saw him that morning. All the seemingly trivial aspects of my day, I missed with great intensity. This loss of normality serves as a reminder to us all to cherish each and every moment, no matter how seemingly small and insignificant. As I depart from high school, I treasure every memory I have of my teachers and their contributions. All our teachers have gone above and beyond what their jobs require to see us succeed. From them, we've received constant put on your IDs, but also their support and their words of wisdom and guidance. From the bottom of my heart, thank you all. G is for growth, like how some of us grew taller while the rest of us seemed to shrink. Growth happens in various ways. Clearly, there is the academic growth, where we learn something other than the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Emotionally, we began to understand that not everything is going to be okay all the time, but we have to push through the pain and the worry. In high school, we learned that it's okay to fail and to pick yourselves back up with the help of friends and family. We learned to love ourselves and that others' words shouldn't bother us. But parents, don't expect too much from us. I said we learned our lessons, not that we won't keep making mistakes. At Southside, we underwent a metamorphosis. We came in with a childish mindset, and now we emerge victorious from high school, ready to spread our wings. Although it may have been uncomfortable and arduous, there is no growth or progress where there is no struggle or discomfort. E is for effort. To get where we are today graduating, so many tears have been put in, together with dedication and effort. Today is a celebration of our accomplishments, a culmination of years of exams, staying up late, and sometimes sleeping in class. Although we all have had help along the way here, it was also ourselves and what we do with the opportunities we are given that has determined our success. Today, we are able to taste the fruit we reaped from numerous late nights, standardized testing, and innumerable tears and stress. I am here to say I recognize everyone's efforts, sacrifice, and time put into their education and graduating. However, this isn't singular to our efforts, but the efforts of our whole village. We had exceptional guidance counselors, Mr. Westfield, Ms. Taylor, and Ms. Bukowski. I know for a fact I would not have gotten through the college admissions process without Mr. Westfield's commitment. When I had a lot of anxiety as college admissions came out in December, I ran to Ms. Taylor for words of comfort. All our administration and guidance poured enormous amounts of energy to see us triumph. Although we had to recognize and take advantage of our opportunities, we couldn't have done it alone. The efforts of our entire community aided us in our success, and for that, we are forever grateful. R is for resilience, although running from ransom was a close second. I like to think we were all pretty persistent in breaking the dress code and making sure Miss Ransom didn't see the holes above our knees, the leggings, and the slightly too short dresses and skirts. Jokes aside, the class of 2020 is resilient in many aspects. We were able to finish our senior year strong despite the abrupt pause in our daily lives. In spite of the world throwing every curveball it has at us, we were able to come out on top. We were able to graduate and be here with some of our loved ones walking across the stage. I know we are here in less than ideal circumstances, but our perseverance, our ability to push through our growing pains has seen us to the end of one part of our lives and onto a new and even better than before. It takes resolve and adaptability, and these traits will serve us well as we set forth on our next expedition. S is for Southside, the one thing that unites us all despite our idiosyncrasies. Although my experiences in high school differ from yours, we are all part of Southside High School. We were all here when people decided to spray liquid booty in the hallways, when we had to hear the alma mater being sung every day last year, or when our last day of school this year had an unexpected fire drill. Here at Southside, we met friends for life. We were molded into the people we are today, and we are finally done with having 7 periods in one day. I know people say it is more about the journey than the destination, but it feels amazing to be at our destination. Today marks the end of a chapter, but after every ending, there is a new beginning, new journeys to commence, and new places to go. And as Dr. Seuss says, oh, the places you'll go. Although this is one goodbye, we bring with us the friendships we've made and the people we've met to embark on a new voyage. We may have a lot to fix and change in the world, but we will never have to do it alone. And we will always have our Southside family.
Good morning, everyone. Before we get started with the presentation of the diplomas to our graduates, I would like to invite the audience to cheer for the class of 2020. All right, next, I would like for our graduates to cheer for your parents, your mothers, your fathers, the person who had to do both jobs. Under normal circumstances, we would have 2 graduation practices prior to our graduation ceremony, but as we know, this year has been anything but normal. What I would like to do before we get started is to take a moment to explain how the processional is going to work. Starting with the first row, you'll put on your mask and you'll move to your right, keeping as close to 6 feet from the person in front of you as you can. Don't worry, Ms. Ransom and your teachers will be able to assist you. As you approach the stage, I'll call your name so you can receive your diploma from Ms. Taylor at the table behind me and pause. Then you will walk towards Mr. Dukes when I call your name. Mr. Dukes will be waiting to take a picture with you. Make sure you remove your mask so you can take your picture holding your diploma, and then you'll exit the stage. Mr. Westfield and your teachers will guide you back to your seats. When you return to your row and everyone has returned to their row, you may be seated and the next row will start. Are we ready to present the diplomas? All right. Jocelyn Yang. Iris Kennan. Maxwell Ackerman. Isaac Cannon. Jacoby Hill. Tyler Alexander. Henry Alvarenga. Darian Anderson. Jahad Anderson. Miguel Angel Lopez. Carlos Antonio Aleman. Ramon Aparicio. Rihanna Arnold. Quatasia Baker. Braden Bennett. Latravius Berry. Carrie Black. Serenity Brockman. Tyler Broderick. Anna Butler. Alyssa Carr. Eddie Cheeks. Rosalinda Correa. Seth Domelin. Moises Damas Murillo. Lamaya Davis. Nefertiri Dabar. DeQuavius Dindy. Tavius Dindy. Jaquavius Durton. Zakiah Drinkard McKinney. Chanel Durham. Jesse Elam. Joshua Epps Crumpler. Christopher Evans. Armani Fleming. Lindsay Fromneck. Rihanna Gamble. Ruth Garcia Ramos. Rosa Godinez Munoz. Kayla Goodlett. Ayana Grant. Jorlene Guevara Guerrero. Alexander Guillen. Tyler Gunter. Pache Haygood. Noah Haney. Monte Harrison. Victoria Hawkins. Jose Hernandez Etewa. Jada Hill. Requan Holmes. Ashton Howard. Jasmine Huey. Deasia Hunt. Ethan Hunt. Jakias Hunt. Victor Hunter. Oluchi Ibikwe. Kayla Irving. Amari James. Quintarius Jeffries. Ayana Jenkins. Tykeela Johnson. Andre Johnson. Eugenia Kearns. Kayla Kinney. Saki Koyama. Athena Leong. Ashley Lewis. Yesenia Marcos de la Cruz. Brittany Martinez. Skylar Madison. Rolanda McBride. Leonasha McCullough. Kiera McIntyre. Kayla McKinney. Demerica McQueen. Karen Mendez Moreno. Jasmine Mendoza Bati. Avion Mills. Lennox Moise. Tyler Morgan. Myasia Morris. Caitlin Wynn. Faris Ortiz Guevara. Giselle Parks. Jalen Parks. Nidra Phillips. Alexia Porcher. Eric Ramirez Arzate. Joshua Reed. Deshaun Robinson Holmes. Cornell Robinson. Tegan Robinson. Jonathan Rugabeer. Tandy Russell. Avion Sadler. Lynette Sanchez Maldonado. Ashanti Smith. Jaheim Smith. Jamari Smith. Jamari Smith. Demetrius Talley. Jaden Tannery. Aaliyah Taylor. Howard Thomas. Darius Todd. Kushi Umawadia. Kenneth Vallesis. Travell Vaughn. Kenneth Vallesis. Angelia Walker. Armando Walters. Raekwon Watts. Destiny Williams. Trinity Williams. Troy Williams. Ariana Workman. Malaysia Young. Daniel Solano. Please join me in one last round of applause for our graduates. And now, we will hear a word from our Superintendent of Greenville County Schools, Dr. Burke Royster.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Emerson. Graduates, before I actually confer your diplomas and pronounce you as graduates, I just want to share a couple of thoughts with you. I don't ordinarily do this at graduations, but these are extraordinary times. Adversity both reveals and measures character. This pandemic has done and is doing both. Your response to this adversity, shared not only within this class, but in the class of 2020 throughout Greenville County Schools, I think is very well reflected in the motto of the state of South Carolina. The seal of the state of South Carolina on your diploma is exhibited in two halves. In each of those two halves, there are two phrases, one on each, in Latin. One, translated into English, reads, prepared in mind and resources. The other, in English, as I breathe, I hope. I believe that this class defines both of those mottos. You offer proof of your potential. And you heard that in a number of the speakers' comments at the beginning of the ceremony. What's most important about that is unrealized potential has little or no value. But the potential that you have shown inspires in me, with great confidence, the hope that is expressed in our state motto. Whenever I'm around students, whether it's meeting with those of you who are members of the Inter-High Council, when I have met with student classes over the course of the year, or just in talking with individual students, I never walk away from one of those without fully believing that our hope is not misplaced in your generation. I am fully confident that you and your fellow graduates will do a far better job than our generation has done with what we give over to you. And I fully believe, hope, and know that our future is bright because of your commitment and the character that has already been revealed in how you have approached adversity. I commend you on who you are, how you have handled this, and I challenge you to continue to allow circumstances to exhibit the best qualities of your character. Thank you for all that you have done. Now, as the class of 2020, please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2020, by recommendation of the faculty of Southside High School and the principal of Southside High School, by the authority vested in me by the state of South Carolina and the Board of Trustees of Greenville County Schools, I pronounce you, Southside High School class of 2020, Tigers graduates. Congratulations. You may move your tassel.
Thank you, Dr. Royster, for such an inspiring message. As we prepare for our final processional, we will let you know that we are dismissing one row at a time. Graduates, you will follow your section leaders either to your right or to your left, row by row, and we will exit via the loading dock. You will reconvene with your parents in the parking lot. Congratulations, graduates.